Okay, good afternoon, welcome to Blues News. This is Jim Lockett, this is Harrison Park. I'm not able to gain entry to the actual stadia today. I've been on nights, so normally when I do this feature, I will arrive in the morning. Chris Ermiston, the groundsman, will normally be here, but he's not here at this time of day. It's 4:30 Thursday afternoon, so what better place to do Blues News than outside the official entrance? Here we go. I have a prompt sheet. Let me give you the latest going-ons at Harrison Park. Never a dull moment. First of all, we have secured two prestigious matches here, and I'll give it its correct title, in the elite round of the UEFA Under-17 Championships. As a member of the public looks across at what I'm doing. Thursday the 24th of March, stay professional. Thursday the 24th of March, 3 p.m. We have a fixture here between Ukraine and someone. Didn't write it down. Don't need to know. It's a prestigious game and it is free. That's the first thing. The big one, however, the creme de la creme, comes on Saturday the 26th of March, 3 p.m. kickoff. England. The England under-17 national team will take on Finland with a £3 admission price, 3 p.m. kickoff time, and £1.50 for concessions. I understand Andy Wayne, the former chairman, current director, was pivotal in securing these fixtures. Pretty good for a club like Leek Town. Well, it certainly makes Blues News. Anyway, moving on quickly. Tuesday night, Leek Town took on Market Drayton down here. Very, very cold night. I was up in that bird's nest. Good Lord, it was cold. The game didn't, excuse me, the game didn't really warm me up either, if I'm honest. Pretty much a stalemate. Sending off to John Beaumont after about 35 minutes for an alleged headbutt. No one actually saw the headbutt when I went around the ground asking people. Even on my playback, when I was to watch the footage back, just about catch a coming together of heads between John and his opposing number. Did he headbutt him? It certainly wasn't a headbutt. Certainly wasn't enough to put the Market Drayton player on the floor, who incidentally does deserve some credit for not overreacting. John did walk straight off without complaint, suggesting that maybe he had dropped a... I was going to swear then. I don't know what word to use. He made a mistake, shall we say, at that point. Putting us down to 10 men, it became a very difficult game from that point on. But I thought Leek was still the more likely team to go on to win. 0-0, probably fair on reflection, given what the events that had happened. Puts Leek Town into the playoff places. That 1 point secures 5th position, which is no mean feat. There's 16 games I think there is remaining. We are now at the business end. Can Leek Town make that playoff places, top 5? I think they can. They need your support. Suspension to follow for Mr. Beaumont. The game lacked any real quality, and at the point, well, we'll take it. Anyway, moving on. On Saturday, we travel to Daventry Town. Where is Daventry, I hear you ask? Daventry is located just south of Rugby, almost as far as Northampton, 88 miles from Harrison Park. Estimated 1 hour and 46 minutes to drive. The ground is called Communications Park. Their kit is purple. There's a small white patch over their badge. That club was founded in 1886, and last year's Player of the Year was Ashley Deeney. Never heard of him. No disrespect, Mr. Deeney. Moving on. Daventry, reading about them. I've been reading about them on the internet. Stick them into Google, Wikipedia. The club is skint, absolutely skint. They've got no money. There's a transfer embargo, apparently. They've lost loads of players. The manager left. Darren Foster, incidentally, is the manager. He resigned. Now he's come back to the club. The latest news suggests he's only got 13 to 14 players to pick from. It appears that club is in turmoil. Should we be fooled by that? Maybe not. Could be a tricky fixture. Darren Foster, manager, and Neil Champalovier, I've said that right? Champalovier, was recruited as his assistant manager, and his previous clubs included Northampton Town. Never heard of him. Never heard of either of them. But they might be big names down that way, so we shouldn't be disrespectful. And I'm certainly not being disrespectful. Daventry are currently 18th in the table with 33 points and are sinking faster than the Titanic. I will tell you why. They do, however, have a 9-point cushion between the drop zone and 18th place. But they have lost 5 consecutive games in a row. That is 5. That's not good. But when I had a look at those 5 games in a row, which does suggest poor form, look at them in a little bit more detail, they've not been getting hammered in any of them. They lost 1-0 to Shore Lane. No disgrace. They lost 3-1 at home to Newcastle Town. And the week before that, they lost 3-2 away to Stocksbridge. So these are close defeats. Player watch, been on the internet. Found a player called James Tricks. Don't know if he's still at the club. Like the name though. Got to be a good player with that name. James Tricks, if you're playing, let's see some, brother. Let's see some. Incidentally, he also has a really good quiff. Make sure it's on display. I bet you he doesn't even play for them anymore. Anyway, moving on. These players play for Daventry, and I've just plucked them out because their names are fantastic. Ed Eilson, Panzo, Antonio. Ed Eilson, Panzo, Antonio. Double-barreled surname. Got to be good with a game like that. Karabo, Motshaweni. What a name. Have I pronounced it correctly? Don't know what position he plays in. He plays for Daventry, as does John Bukasa. Who are these people? We will find out on Saturday. The admission price at Daventry is £8, £4 concessions and £1 for under 16s. The Blues, let's quickly talk about league time before we conclude Blues news, have a very hectic schedule. Following this fixture, they play Basford United on Tuesday night, which is in Nottingham. I'll do a feature of Blues news prior to that game, so we'll just mention it for now. But I must also put out a reminder that there is a coach to Daventry on Saturday. It will be leaving here, Harrison Park, at 10:45 a.m. It's a tenner to get there. £7 to those supporters that travel to Lincoln. A concession there. So that is pretty much Blues news. Is there any more to discuss at this time? I don't think so. We've done everything to death. League Time TV, we might as well tell you that tomorrow I'm hoping to have a quick interview with Kaza. So by the time this goes out, I'd have done that maybe. And finally, as someone arrives, Paul Bateman. So quickly conclude Blues news. We're finishing. It's over. Gone. Goodbye. Just filming the changing rooms at Harrison Park, the home changing rooms. Kitman Ken has just arrived to collect the kit ahead of Saturday's game. So what good timing. Let me look in the kit room, Ken.
Feel free.
Kit room. So where is the kit?
Away kit. Home kit just been washed, got to be hung up.
Will they change at the end of the season?
Yes, I imagine we will. Definitely having a new away kit.
It's a bit old that, and see how long we had that?
5 years now.
Has he washed the kit, Ken?
Yeah, it's cool, yeah.
Is that it, all that lot there?
Just needs hanging up, some of it gets folded for Saturday. 5 different sets of shorts so we can mix and match.
This is where it all happens.
4 drawers full of socks. Footballs, spares, bibs.
This is where it happens, isn't it?
This is where it happens. If only they'd connect the central heating, it'd all dry a lot quicker.
Yeah, well, you don't see these behind the scenes bits, do they?
No.
On a Thursday afternoon, coming down to get the kit, all the way from, where do you live? Congleton. So you had to drive over to get the kit.
Yeah, that's alright.
That's why you are Kitman Ken.
That's the one, that's the job I have to do.
Commitment.
Yeah, I've not mentioned Finley's Antiques yet.
Finley's Antiques.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, good.
We've warm up tops, all those. Lads will be taking these for training tonight. So we'll sort them out properly on Saturday, make sure they're up to pressure.
You'd have been in the dressing room the other night, sending off John Beaumont. Was it an headbutt or not? Because we didn't see him, we've not really caught much.
There was no real comment about it, to be honest with you. I think we're waiting to see what the referee's report says before we go ahead with that.
What did John say?
He was apologetic, but I don't think he actually made contact with the player by the sound of it.
It seemed a bit tame to me.
But we don't want to prejudge anything, so we'll see what the referee says.
You're like a politician, very diplomatic.
I've gotta be.
You have, definitely. Thank you, Ken.
Alright.
Kitman Ken is getting the kit together. Are you done now, Ken? You ready for home?
No. Box the kit up, you know what I mean? Just do the warm up stuff. We'll take 3 bags and half a dozen bits and pieces. Because I'm getting on, I have to have it all written down and checked so I don't forget.
Yeah, good man.
The biggest nightmare is turning up without the goalie's kit.
Have you done that before?
I missed out the shorts once.
So you got a pretty good record with the kit.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll ask somebody else about it.
Well, it's a team sheet from Tuesday. Right, I better go home. My missus will be wondering where I am.
She knows where you are.
Yeah, she knows I'm down Leek Town, but I was just doing my little Blues News feature. Do you watch Blues News, Ken?
I do, I watch it all. Just in case Finley's Antiques gets mentioned.
Gets mentioned every goal of the month. Finley's Antiques. But then you are the sponsor.
I am.
That was a nice surprise to see Kitman Ken. Didn't conclude the Blues News feature, so I'll do it now. This is Jim Lockett, this is Leek Town TV, this is Blues News. Hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you again soon. Thank you very much.